What's up, guys? We're back. It's been a while. I can explain that, but not in this video. As you can see, I'm in a new area. That's one of the reasons why I've been gone for so long. But right now, today, we have BTD Spectre again.
Bro, how you man? It's been so long since we talked, bro. It's been like over a year, dog. I'm back on this call for real. It's been too long. How you doing though?
I've been doing good. How you been, though?
Well, kind of chilling. I've been stressed out a little bit because I've been doing so much recently, kind of dealing with like distribution problems. But luckily they're good now. But like the past month has been busy as fuck for me recently, bro. But like
For
it's good.
real?
It's good because things are getting a lot better than they used to be. Definitely from a year ago. So I'm happy about that shit for real.
For sure, for sure. I don't know how I'm gonna put this paper, but anyways, what was the process? Wait, I wouldn't even get to that. What was the process on making this new album?
It was very long. I think I announced this album probably like last year because it was originally going to be something different because I had an album that I had dropped. It was my first album called Snuff, and I was thinking of a Snuff Volume 2, but I was like, I don't know if that's the vibe I'm going for right now. And I feel like over the year, even since we've talked, I've grown a lot as a person. So I'm kind of on like a whole new wavelength of what I'm trying to even do with my music. So like the approach to the album was definitely different. Like it was I wanted to do something different. Kind of wanted to be a more like myself. It took a lot of growing.
Mm,
So
okay.
oh, I a lot more personality in my new album. I had to put more of that into it. So growth was a big part of the process of this album. All I wanted to incorporate my own beat making and production into this album too. And also I changed for softwares from Audacity to FL Studio so I could get a little more professional with my
Okay,
production.
that's
It,
good.
it, it took a little bit too. It took because I was teaching myself how to do everything that I was doing. I tried to have some people in the past help me out, but they were snaking me out of opportunities and things that I could do because they wanted to benefit themselves. But I'm over that. It is what it is. I'm kind of on my own shit now. So I've taught myself a lot, and everything that I'm doing right now it's nice. It's cool to see what I'm up to right now, considering like where I was at last year and everything that I had to do to get to now. But like yeah, the album was a whole process, man. I think I made the first song, which was voiceless for that album, and that beat. Now I mean it kind of sucks. So what I actually had a little altercation, not an
Yeah, I wanted
altercation, a
to
little
ask you about that.
complication.
What happened with that?
So what happened is I was going through YouTube a long time ago. What I like to do is I like to make my own beats, but I also like to support other people in the underground community who are making beats as well and use my style and do what I do on them, but also put them to other people because I'm already developing my own little community and I wanted these people to become more successful at what they're doing. And I want to put people onto them as well. So I kind of like to work with these little producers on YouTube and people and try to like boost everybody together as a community. And what happened is that beat, I found it. I was like, man, this is really fucking sick. I started writing on it, and I was going through a lot of shit at the time that I wrote it actually. So a lot of the stuff that I was speaking in it was a lot of the shit that I was feeling at the moment. And and I wrote it really quick. I did all the everything that I needed to do, recording everything like that pretty quickly for it. And then I found this dude on Instagram criticized that I wanted to make the song with.
Okay.
He had released something that I found. Just looking through Instagram, I just found him on an ad. I was like, oh shit, this goes hard. I have a DM. He's actually out in Seattle right now. His music's really fucking cool. It's really good.
Really? Seattle? Is
Um,
he touring?
I'm saying it's either I think it's Seattle. It's either that he's in Washington. I know that, but his music it's really good. So I was like, I want to get somebody else on my track that's doing something different as well. That's also a part of the community. So we did something on that. We talked a little bit. I remember calling him. We were talking about our goals and ambitions when it comes to music and everything like that. He's really good people. He's a really like from the heart person about what he's trying to do. So I was like, bet, let's do something. It took a little bit to record because he had to get into the studio to do it. So we got everything done and then originally with that song because I promoted it, it was doing pretty well in promotion. I was thinking maybe I should just drop it now because I recorded that back in March and I actually sat on it for a while.
That
And I was
one
like,
song?
yeah, voice. And then that was the song that kind of made me ultimately determine that I wanted to do the album and wanted to do more of my own stuff because I had two other songs that I recorded and I was like, I'm not gonna put out another EP. I need to do something bigger than an EP. I need to do something that's more from the heart and try to get myself into what I'm trying to do, because this album one was completely different from everything that I've done, in the sense that like it's my normal voice. I feel like my confidence has developed over time to allow me to be more creative in what I actually want to do, opposed to
Mm.
doing something more or less because I don't like the way I sound or don't feel good about what I'm doing, but I still like what I'm doing. So everything's different in that aspect. But back to voiceless though, I'm getting like sidetracked. Back
Yeah,
to
bro.
voiceless.
Yeah, it's
So what
okay.
they did is that it's apparently, so when I looked at the beat, it said it was free for profit. In the description, it only had hashtags, no links to purchase, nothing like that. I was like, bet, because I've already used two of them before. We've already done something with it before, and they were doing good. There was nothing wrong with that pass. And then we look at it now, where I got a DM actually once my album got approved to push through for Spotify and Apple and everything like that. I saw them swipe up on my story and said that couldn't do it because the beat actually ended up being sold, and I didn't know. That was mostly on my end. I could have looked back, but I didn't, because I'd sat on it for so long that I didn't even think about it. So yeah, but I mean, they were kind enough, the producer Oreo Music, they were really kind enough to let me keep the song out on SoundCloud for the moment, so I can keep it on SoundCloud, so it's on the original album, and actually did another song to replace that song for the album on Spotify and Apple Music, because I wanted to keep it at least 10 songs for main distribution, and it's at 11 songs now for SoundCloud. I think it's only SoundCloud actually at the moment. It's like that, but
I
but
think
they
SoundCloud.
let me keep it on there.
I think SoundCloud. I thought it was 10. Hold on. Let me actually look real quick. Is it? So it's
I have
actually
11
10 right now or 11 right now on SoundCloud currently.
because they let me keep voices on there, but I added "Never Mind I Broke the Lock" with my buddy Envious, and he's a part of a
Oh,
group
there
called
is
Ill
11.
Minded,
Okay.
and he's part of a group called Ill Minded, and I actually found him probably about like a month ago, and I started talking to them. We made another sock or another talk. Oh my god, speak another song called "Talking That Shit," featuring Rosetta, who's another buddy of his, and that song did pretty well too. And they're all really cool people. They all do shit from the heart as well. It's crazy like how many people you'll meet doing stuff like this, and how many people you'll meet that have the same ambitions and goals, but are actually doing something not just for clout and fame and to get bitches or jewelry and money and shit, but they're doing shit
The
because it actually
house. Gotta
means
get the
something to
house.
them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a part of it. It comes with it, but that shouldn't be the focus. You know,
You
it
shouldn't. You
shouldn't
shouldn't
never
want.
be. Yeah, you shouldn't just for those things, because if you're only having the mindset that you just want to get money, you just want the things that come with what you're trying to do, that's when you lose touch of it all. That's when you lose the personality. That's when you lose the heart in what you're trying to do. And I feel like that's like the difference in me and my music opposed to a lot of other people, is that originally when I even started doing my music, it wasn't because I wanted other people to care about what I was doing and to get attention and get all this fame and shit like that, or any type of fame or anything like that. It was because I wrote, actually I started off writing shit down in a little journal. Or in a little my notes on my phone. I was writing down lyrics, and I was just writing down how I felt and shit that I was going through. And I really connect with music. I fucking love music. So I was able to write everything that I was going through kind of in bars, and I would just keep them for myself until I to my friend Leslie back 2 or 3 years ago, and she sent it to a producer, and he sent me a beat, and then I made my first song, and it kind of started from there. So that was sick too. It's
Mm,
crazy, man. It's crazy to see how things have
a
changed.
100 words and running. You know what I'm saying? How has your mindset, your view on how has your view on life changed since the last time we talked? Because the last time we talked, I remember you were in more of a darker place since the last drop, and I just wanted to know, has since this new album dropped, well, how has your like mental been, or like your view on like everything changed since then?
I'll say that it has been a lot better. I'm able to get more out of my head now, and put my negative thoughts to a more positive place, which is something that I struggled to do back when we last talked. Um, and it's like now I have more of a focus. I had the same focus back then, but now I really like implement this in my life, that I use music as a way to express what's dark in my life, but kind of change the perspective and change it to light, because I like music a lot. Hear what I'm going through in a creative way kind of changes the scene for me, kind of makes it paint it a way. I don't know. It puts what's dark in the light, so it makes me best when I'm going through. I feel like back then I was going on everything that was going on with myself, and wasn't able to really find a way to get out of it. I used music as a way to get out of it, but it was still hard. I was still dealing with too much shit to actually feel comfortable with myself, but I feel more comfortable with myself and what I'm doing and where I'm going and how I can utilize my music and to express what I'm going through. So like it definitely helps a lot. I feel more emotionally stable now
Mm.
compared to how I was back a year ago.
Have you been
I
going
feel
through
like I've grown a lot.
therapy?
I didn't go to therapy. I was going to, but it's expensive, and I already
Yeah,
have
it
so
is.
much that I'm paying for.
It's
So it's like I've done therapy in my life before, and it has its ups, it has its downs, it's whatever. It's really ultimately on how you view therapy, if it'll actually work for you. If you want it to work, and you're gonna be open minded about things, it'll work. But it's like I was down for that, but it's too expensive. Couldn't afford this shit on top of everything that I was already doing. So I was looking for other outlets and ways to kind of be there more for myself and give myself time to appreciate things more than I was in the past and just live more in the moment because I was spending too much time dwelling on things in the past or thinking about what's coming next or what's going to be next or anything like that. It's just more level-minded now, I feel, which is
most
nice.
most definitely. Has your family listened to the album?
Really, my mom, actually, yeah, they have. I think my sister, I played it for my sisters, and I played a little bit for my mom. And it's funny, my mom actually likes it. She's very supportive of it too. It's really
Mm.
surprising. It's funny because back when I first started it, it was a little like a little weird, a little controversial for her because it's like I was going to college for a little bit and dropped out of college just to do music and to focus on myself because I didn't want to focus on the other shit. It's like I feel like in college they have you you're paying for high school again, pretty much. It's like you want one specific
Even
thing,
though you're
right?
not paying
But
for
then,
high school, but
yeah, it's like you want one specific thing. You know what you want your degree for, unless you don't, whatever. But if you do, you got to do so much other shit that you don't care about to just get to that. And it's like, why do I got to do that? Why do I got to waste my time doing that? At least that's how I viewed it at the time. I know I could be doing greater things and achieving more and focusing more on myself. And it's not me knocking on college because college still is a good thing for some people if they want
yeah,
to do certain things in their life. It is a good way to get a lot of careers, but it wasn't right for me. So I remember my mom didn't like that at the time, but then she was getting more supportive of it, and then saw what I was starting to do and how much passion I have in my music and what I'm doing. So she definitely supports it now. She said it gives her a lot of '90s vibes. Like a lot of people that I've been putting onto my music recently. Like I had I had a customer come into my job, and he came in before he recognized who I was. But he was like, man, you look different. Like I don't know what's been going up with you, man. I just told him I was doing my music more. I'll get more into my music, and I put three of my songs and he fucked with it too. And he said again, it reminds him of like some '90s stuff, just with the triplet flows and everything like that.
mm,
And I actually found out that same dude told me that he worked for the music industry but left the industry. And it's on some like crazy shit, but like
really,
we talked for like an hour and a half, yeah, and he gave me his number. He's gonna hook me up with some other people. Then we're just gonna networking. That's all I'm trying to do, really.
that's
Network right
fantastic.
now. Mm-hmm. Really cool, man. It's really sick.
Also,
I definitely feel more open about everything now, more open and confident about working with people in music. Like it's getting to the point like I haven't been able to perform yet, but I'm really trying to set some shows up and trying to set things up and get things moving. Because I want to put more of a face to what I'm doing, so people can see who I am and associate myself with my music.
of course, of course. Who is one of your favorite rappers from the '90s that really like influenced you, like influenced your music?
Ooh. Man, for music, it was mostly, and it sounds cliche as shit, but it's really like 3 6 Mafia and Outkast are the big two that I could say are '90s influencers to my music. Yeah, their cadences on their songs and the way that they carry themselves and the shit that they speak upon, especially 3 6 speaking about a lot of dark shit nobody was really talking about back then, and the ways they were doing it was so creative. Just kind of inspired, along with seeing more new age people nowadays doing their stuff. Kind of inspired me to do something similar, but not really. I want to do something more on my own, but use inspiration from these people to create my own type of community for what I'm doing.
Okay.
I go with that. Yeah.
What's your mom's favorite song?
I
You.
think I've asked her that question before,
Hmm.
but out of the songs that I've played her so far, I think the last one that I just made that I played for her, she liked a lot, and she loved Newport Dreams. That one right there, she said was her biggest. Like she could hear '90s cadence in that song the most. So I'm thinking that Newport Dreams is the one that she likes the most out of the ones that I've made, which I put a lot of production into. Took a long time to make.
Do you still consider yourself like a rapper? Like, do you want to like have that label on you as just rapper?
the moment, I haven't really given it too much consideration, to be honest. I guess consider me whatever they want to consider me, to be honest, whatever feels more comfortable for them, because to be honest, I'm just kind of here. I didn't expect to really get this far, even doing what I'm doing, and it's kind of humbling to see what's happening right now and the amount of connection that I'm getting. So honestly, people can say whatever they want to say, consider me whatever they want to, but I don't really have a label for myself yet, to be honest, or a name for what I'm doing. It's still something that I'm kind of thinking. A lot of people want to say dark trap, but I wouldn't even really say dark trap. Because what I speak upon has dark context to it, but it's all in your perspective on how you look at things and use it to move forward or connect it to what's going on with yourself too. I think my music is more of a way to connect with like-minded people who are going through the same thing and can see what I'm doing with my music and understand through what I'm trying to do to kind of shit and be a better person and feel better about myself. You know.
Yeah. What is your favorite song off this tape?
You know, I think my favorite song, Loki, is Polka Dot that I made on the song, or on the tape, on the whole entire album. That song I did all myself. I made the beat entirely myself. Song 2. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That song I feel like speaks a little bit more on personal shit that I've been through recently, and more on the dark shit that I actually was going through, like maybe in the past couple weeks. So that song has a lot more meaning to it, and I think that song means the most to me. Yeah.
Also, I think I wrote down one of the lyrics off this song, Think I'm Cool. It said, I don't think I understood them fully or got them correct fully. It says, lay on the ground, I spin in motion, digging a grave in my potion, level it out.
Spin in motion, digging a grave, my pain a potion, level it out. Hold on, I'll pull it up for you. Fulfill no overdose and lay on the ground, I spin in motion, digging a grave, my pain a potion, level it out and rain no sulking. So basically what I'm saying is that this is speaking a lot of mess and still shit that I'm like trying to get over, but it's like being high all the time, feeling fucked up, and I can't like get out of my own head. So it's basically speaking of being high, laying on the ground, spinning in motion, can't get up, I'm too fucked up to get up, everything's just too discombobulated. That's how it really felt. And then digging a grave, my pain a potion, saying that I relied on my past, on the drug use that I was partaking in as my potion to get through feeling like I want to kill myself, pretty much, digging a grave. And then it's falling a pit from here to Poland, basically saying I've fallen so far into the pit from drug use and my own depression that it might as well be as far as Poland, because it's
Poland's far.
That's pretty much, and then also looking for like a place that was far away that could rhyme with it, and that's pretty much that's the place that I could think of. I don't know, but yeah, and also it's just depression and shit that I'm going through, and then it's like cold as a snow white cocoa loca, and anyone out if they try me Poland, talking about drug use again, crushing up pills, and a lot of people like say cocaine, whatever, still white, still looks the same. So cold as a snow, Poland, whatever, Poland's cold, snow, white. And then killing anyone out if they try me, Poland, souls from the skulls in a cot, I'm posted, right hand hunt them down now rolling. So it's a lot of wordplay going on with it too. But yeah, it's just speaking on dark shit that I'm going through. A lot of it's just dark. but to me, it's like I turn that dark shit through this music and the melody and the beat and everything to more of a positive light for me to get past what I'm going through. So it actually means more positive to me than anything.
Okay. The process on making this album, what was some of the hardships on making this? What was like things that were like going wrong? Like, oh man, the compression's all messed up. I gotta redo this. I gotta re-record that. Man, I don't got enough time for this. Man, I gotta double back on vocals. You know, what was the whole process on that, like making this whole thing happen?
The process was long. Like I was saying earlier, man, it was long. There was like through the growth too. Aside from that shit, when it comes to actually mixing and doing the stuff on it, I think, So what was weird is like since I transferred to FL Studio from using Audacity, and I'm trying to get used to that. For some reason in my mixes, whenever I was recording any of the songs, it would sound great in FL, but I would master it, put it out through a WAV file, and then it would sound completely quiet, or if not completely quiet, like 6 decibels lower than what it should be, or my vocals would be too quiet opposed to the beat, or vice versa. So it was a lot of tweaking that I had to do. I think for a majority of the songs, I actually had not re-record. I had to remix the vocals like 50 times to put out different versions of it just to make it just to find the one that was the loudest or the one that was EQ'd right. And that though, it took it was a really hard trying to find time to actually work on and do shit for my own on my like in my own life out here. And then since I'm be working as a manager at my job, it's really hard to actually try to find the time to do what I want to do when I'm stuck there all the time. So be open there, which is cool because then when I open and I get off at like 4, I can come back and work on what I want to do. And when I'm working on my music too, it's like I'm not doing stuff for like maybe 30 minutes or an hour, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm done. Like when I'm working on a song, I'll work on it for like 5 or 6 hours genuinely to try to make sure everything is good for it. Like if I work on one song and like during the day, I'm gonna make sure that that song is finished that same day, if not the next day, and then go back and tweak the mix and the master and everything like that. But I don't like pushing off stuff like that because I feel like if you push it off, you lose that creative spark that you had for it initially.
Exactly. I feel the same way because I'm juggling like technically two channels right now.
Oh well.
This
Yeah.
and Bro. So like now that I'm back on this,
Yeah.
I gotta get back into the mindset of interview mode, and then once I go back to Bro, I'm back in gaming commentary mode. So
Thanks.
I don't know. I think the two are intertwined, and it will help me. These two things will help me. You know what I'm saying, with the interview and the gaming. I don't know, but I think each skill I'm gaining from both will help each other. I don't know, but
it definitely does. That's like for a minute I was trying to. Well, I mean, I haven't successfully put anything up on it yet, but I do have the channel made. It was my Underground Sound Club one that I was making for lo-fi trap beats and stuff like that, just beats and instrumentals that I wanted to put out. And I have a ton of beats and instrumentals to put on there, but I haven't found the time to actually get to do it. But it did help me get a little bit more into producing and making my own instrumentals and beats and feeling like I have a little bit more creative freedom and doing something different like lo-fi. But also now that I'm going to do that, I can feel I can incorporate those into the normal beats that I'm making now, which kind of unlocks something in my mind to be a little more creative with what I'm doing. So that was pretty cool. But I just don't have enough time at the moment to fully go into that yet, considering I was working on the album. But I think now that I have the album out, I can finally start posting stuff on there. So that could be something to look forward to as well.
Okay. I noticed I know I've seen it. I noticed the tattoo on your hand, bro. How many tattoos do you have? And how much them shits cost?
Arm. Once it was we got the praying hand with the snake wrapped around it. You got the panther with the dagger, the bird, you got the wolf right here with the crown of barbed wire, and then you got the hand tattue.
See,
yeah.
I mean,
they're expensive, man. That's why I haven't gotten one. This is the last one that I got. I think it was like probably 4 or 5 months ago that I got it. So, but they're expensive. That's why I haven't got one since then.
I'm scared. I mean, a new tattoo shop just opened up in Mooresville. I live in Statesville now, but it's like it's actually really close, and I feel comfortable going there. They do like traditional tattoo stuff, but I'm scared because I try to look on people's like resume, which is their Instagram, which I see all their stuff. I scroll through and I'm like, have you worked on any like black people before? So I'm like, it scares me. Have they worked on darker skin before? Not just because like every time I see it's like no racial, it's white pale skin majority of the time, and it's like, okay, you see the vibrant. I mean, obviously with darker skin tones, it's harder to see certain things, okay? But if you worked with darker skin, you would know what to do and how to make that pop, you know? And like, I don't want to go there.
Just call them and ask them. That's what I would do. I would call and ask.
For sure.
See if they have like maybe like pictures or anything like that, because I feel like there ain't no way. They gotta have work for everybody. You know what I'm
They
saying?
have
That's
to.
like Kelly at the very least, for who I got my tattoos done. He's worked on everybody before, all types of people, and it's just like his work is incredible. I want to go back to him so bad, but man, it's so fucking expensive. I think this piece was $400. My most expensive one though was probably the tiger. This 700 something bucks. So that one was expensive. I mean,
I don't even know. Whatever. What is your goals moving forward?
right now are to keep pushing out music. Eventually, I have worked on music videos. I want to get more music videos out, or any music videos out, because actually I don't think I have any videos out. So I want to first video out. Actually, was talking to somebody who does a little bit of professional camera work, and she might be able to do something for music videos. So that could be cool. I want to set up shows, have more of a face to my music, and actually have people see who I am for what I'm doing. I feel like it would be really fun to connect with my audience, or just even people that I haven't met before, so that they can see what I'm doing and just have a good time in general. And network with more underground artists and find more people who are like-minded, that don't have as many followers, or if anything, like as much attention as they should have, because there's a lot of small communities out there, just like this one right here where I'm at, where there's a lot of talented people that have a really hard time putting themselves out there, networking with other people. And I look at music and the underground as a whole community in itself, almost like a family. So anybody that I want to come across, or that I do come across, that I want to work with, like I don't care who calling you, how many people, whatever, what it's like. If I think you're good, I'll work with you, because I just think of it all as a community. It's like we're all in it for the same thing. People deserve to hear what you're doing just as much as they would want to hear what I'm doing, or what somebody else is doing too. So that's my goals, to be honest, with what I'm doing with music.
Yeah,
Right
that's for sure. It's definitely harder for a lot of artists out there, because this algorithm is so bad. It's like
Consistency is key, but there's so much that I've learned that goes into promotion, that you have to do. There's so much in the business side of everything, that it's like if you don't focus on it, you won't really get as far as you want to go. And as sad as that sounds, it's just like the hard reality of all of it. It's like you got to push on everything. Yeah, consistency is key, but you also, like, what I found out, or what I've been doing, is I've been making little snippet videos, little promotional videos, and I'll put them out. And you can promote them, and I'll promote them, and then I'll have them set up for certain things. And then while I'm promoting them, I'm connecting with my audience and answering my DMs and putting stuff on my. You just have to, like, that's the biggest thing that I've learned, because back when I first started it, I didn't have presence on social media at all. I was barely online at all. I wouldn't post really on Instagram unless like something dropped, and be active on anything, maybe other than like Snapchat with like friends and stuff like that. But presence online, like aside from just specific thing you're doing, like if you're doing YouTube, also having a presence on Instagram, Facebook, like other places, and connecting with your audience more personally is what will gain more people to actually connect with what you're trying to do too. Even stuff like doing live streams, and even going on Instagram, doing like an Instagram live. That's something that I haven't done yet, but I'm considering doing, and maybe using that as a way to promote my music as well. And people can come up in there, and then you can have videos up and they circulate, because once one person shares something that they like, if you're doing it, then it's just gonna spread continuously if people like it. You know what I'm saying?
I think I've run out of questions. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been ciphering through these. Listen, guys, listen. Chill.
It's been a minute.
Chill on me. I've been looking down, and then this is fruit fly that keeps flying around me, screwing me up. I keep swatting it. I keep trying to grab it and stuff like that. But listen, man, it's been good talking to you again, for sure. We're probably gonna talk a little bit after if you have time. Thank you guys for watching. This is the BTD Spectre interview. They did not hear a word you just said. Still didn't hear a word you just said.
Now.
Okay, that's better. All right, repeat what you just said.
Album is out now on all platforms. Where there's a will, there's a way. You can stream it on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Google, everything. I think I'm pretty sure it's on everything. So you can find it. Look out BTD Spectre. I'm gonna be dropping a lot more shit here coming up soon. I got music videos. I got collaborations coming up. I got 2 new features coming up, and I'm working on another EP soon after this album too. So I got a lot in the works. So be ready for that even after this album, because I'm not stopping this shit anytime soon. It's gonna keep on going.
For
It's getting more and more.
sure,
I'm
for
into it now, bro.
sure.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, we ain't stopping this. They have no idea what you just said. We ain't stopping this shit either. It keeps cutting out sometimes. But thank you guys for watching this interview. I appreciate you. All love, peace. Go stream BTD Spectre's new album. I'll link it down below. And peace.